Hey, what's up, y'all? Taurus here, TaurusBeats.com. Thank you for stopping by. And I'm going to hit you with a question that I get. And the question is, what does it mean to flip a sample? If you're watching, you're probably like, really? Anyway, it may sound like a dumb question, but there are no dumb questions, all right? First of all, it's not a dumb question. Flip a sample, to keep it real short, flip a sample is basically just taking a sample selection after you've sliced it up or chopped it, you've deconstructed it, and now you're reconstructing it, rearranging the slices into your own creation in your own beat. Let me put it into a different way. It's simply taking a sample, using it creatively to create a new song or a new beat. All right? Now, the thing is that sometimes people get sample flipping confused with sample slicing or sample chopping. Sometimes I hear people say, well, I want to chop the sample this way, and they actually mean flip the sample. There is a distinction. Even though people use it, they use the terms, try to use the terms interchangeably. What I mean by that, flip, chop, or slice, they try to use them all to mean the same thing. There is a distinction. Flipping is the process of rearranging the slices or the chops. Again, flipping is the process of rearranging the sample slices or the sample chops that you've made. Okay? Now let's go take a look at an example. And there's an example that right there I've made for you already. You've seen this video. Hopefully you've seen this one. If not, go back and check it out. It's the polished video. It's where I'm actually making that particular beat. So just take a listen to it here. I'm going to walk you through. In this section, in this beginning part, what I'm doing is I'm actually listening to the sample selection. This is the sample, okay? So right now, I'm listening to the sample selection. This is the sample that I'm going to use, okay? As you can tell, it loops through. So that's my sample selection. This section here, where you see I've actually changed from Sony SoundForge is what I was using to actually listen to the sample. This piece right here, I'm actually in Recycle. I'm in Propellerhead Recycle. And this is where I'm making my sample slices or my sample chops. Now, sample slicing, sample chopping, that's the same thing. All I'm doing is I'm taking the sample selection, that original sample that you saw me using or listening to in Sony SoundForge, I'm taking that sample selection and now I'm going to slice it up. I'm going to cut it up into smaller pieces. I'm going to make smaller slices or smaller chunks with it, smaller chops with it. So this is the chopping part. I'm chopping the sample. And you can see where I'm drawing the lines. Now I'm listening to the chops, listening to the slices. Now, the thing about it is that when I'm slicing, I say this a lot, slicing, you can see right here just by looking at it, my chops are very irregular. They're not following any pattern. I'm not going off of, the 16th note or the quarter note or nothing like that. I'm just chopping it based off of what's inside of the slice. If I hear a particular pattern that I like inside that slice, that's what I cut. And that's totally up to each individual. So if you gave it to 10 different individuals, you probably get 10 different ways of slicing this thing, okay? Keep that in mind. That's part of your creativity. That's where you become creative in how you even make your chops, make your slices. But the real creativity comes in later on when you actually put the slices to work. This is flipping. Now I'm flipping the sample slices. I'm flipping the sample chops. So this is what it means right here to flip a sample, okay? Or sample flipping. This is the actual process, technically speaking. And all I've done is I've rearranged the original sample. I've rearranged now. I've created a totally new arrangement, a pattern here. And here's another pattern. Okay, so as you watch that part, you see that I've made a new pattern. And here's another pattern. So, what I pointed out, all of these are flips. Everything that I've just shown you, that's flipping the sample. That right there, that's flipping the sample. Now, if you wanna look at the question again, what does it mean to flip a sample? Really, when you say, what does it mean to flip a sample? It could actually mean that entire process. Everything that I've just shown you in this one video, you can look at it and say, to flip a sample is to go through that entire process to come out with the end result. And the end result, in my case, was this particular beat that I call Polish. And you'll see that it's the final product with the sample. All of this down here in red, these are the sample parts. These are the sample flips that I've made. That's the first arrangement or the first pattern, the first flip pattern, and it's the first pattern repeated. Second pattern with more musical content. Went back to the first pattern. And then you see I have other patterns in here as well. So to answer the question, what does it mean to flip a sample? That's pretty much the answer. From the beginning to the end, I make a sample selection. I get the sample selection. I chop it or slice it up in the way that I want. I bring it into my DAW. Mine is Reason. I'm using Propellerhead Reason 6.5. And then in Reason, I actually do my rearranging. I start flipping. That's the actual flipping. And when I'm done, the sample flip is the actual beat that contains all of that work. So this right here is a sample flip beat. All right? So hopefully that answers the question. What does it mean to flip a sample? Sample flipping, sample slicing, sample chopping. You got an idea of how all that stuff relates. All of it is just sampling. It's just the way that we express what it is and what we're doing with a particular sample nowadays. So hopefully that's helped you. If that's helped you out, please leave a comment. Let me know how it's helped you. If you have any further questions, leave a comment or just send me a message. Go by TaurusBeats.com. Go ahead and check out TaurusBeats.com. Go there and you can listen to this track. You can listen to other tracks that I've made. I have over 300 tracks that I've made that are out there posted, and I have more coming. So keep on going by TaurusBeats.com. You can actually download and you can license beats right from there. But also, I just want to make sure that you are able to get more in-depth tutorials from TaurusBeats.com, whether it's from the blog or from other videos that I place out there. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I'll be glad to have you. And also, please click the like button. If you like this video, if you found anything valuable in it, you just like it, just go ahead and click like. I appreciate it. Thank you for always stopping by. You know, as always, I'm greatly appreciative of you spending your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you again, seeing you here again, and hearing from you. So hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Facebook, SoundClick, SoundCloud, anywhere you find me. All the links are right here in the description. And take care of yourself until next time, y'all. Grace and peace. Thanks for stopping by again. Taurus James, TaurusBeats.com. We're out.